In October, under a tunnel, it is the pivotal month. It is the month when we continue to harvest fruit vegetables, tomatoes, peppers, eggplants and zucchinis, but it is also the month to start the seedlings and transplanting to have vegetables in the heart of winter. One of the priorities in October, at the beginning of autumn, is to monitor the tunnel stability, the anchoring, the condition of the plastics, the entrance doors, and all those elements that will allow the tunnel to withstand the winter. In October, we start to severely lack light. During the summer, we put up wintering veils and shading veils. It could also be special paint for greenhouses and tunnels on the covers that need to be removed. This same paint, in principle, disappears with frost. Since it is a winter cover, we are going to open it. We are going to open it along its entire length. And the advantage of the winter cover is that as soon as it starts to get much colder, we will be able to close it under the tunnel. A tunnel is like an apartment. It needs to be ventilated even during winter and especially in autumn. So it needs to be aired out at least once a day. And when I talk about giving it air, we simply open the doors of the tunnel. So we usually do this in the morning to avoid having too much condensation inside. And of course, condensation on plants means disease. So when we talk about ventilation, don't picture this hole. Actually, it was simply a mistake. There was a wheelbarrow. In this spot, even the slightest draft can lift the tarp, so be cautious with all tools around the tunnel. In October, it must be acknowledged that it is the end of the season for fruit vegetables, especially for tomatoes. They continue to ripen, and from time to time a small tomato falls off, so it simply gives up because it was lacking water. But let's imagine. It is affected by the environment or blackleg. It should absolutely be removed by putting it in a plastic bag, sealing it well, and taking it out of the tunnel. In the month of October, since we are going to change crops, there are plants that we will remove from the tunnel because they are no longer producing. Well, above all, do not bury these plants inside the tunnel. This is also true for all unwanted weeds. We put that outside on the compost. Confinement inside a tunnel could promote diseases and pests. If there is one very important point at the end of the season, it is watering. So don't do just anything. Observe your plants and especially observe the foliage. Here we have a pepper that is starting to get thirsty. You can see its leaves slightly drooping along the stem. Another pepper right next to it, you can see that the leaves are still upright. So I will water this one at the base as well as the one next to it. A few liters of water are enough, and the other one I won't water it, and it's preferable to water in the morning. After cleaning and freeing up some space in the tunnel, you can start practicing seedlings and transplanting. You can even sow peas and broad beans there, so especially if you live in the north of France, you will be able to sow plants that are usually sown directly in the ground in the south of France. You can also sow chervil there, as well as transplant escarole chicory in such a way that you can consume green vegetables in the heart of winter. The advantage of having a tunnel or a greenhouse is being able to continue harvesting fruit vegetables that will be sun-drenched, such as eggplants, peppers, cucumbers, small tomatoes, and zucchinis. And to complement all these vegetables, a sprig of basil